Hey guys, it's Hugo, and so we're gonna be taking a look today, at the new Nightmare Pack, which is actually really cool. I just spent about 5,000 crowns, on it, and it's actually really cool. So, I think I'm just gonna show you some of the items I got, and what you can expect to get for about if you spend that much on it. Of course, these aren't all the items, but this is just a quick look at it. However, or I don't know, not everyone's gonna get this. That's a given, but let's go take a look at it. So I'm just heading to my course house, and hopefully this will work well. The first thing I'd actually like to show while we're outside is I'm not sure, I don't think this is new actually, but there's the Shadow Steed, which is one of the things I got from the pack. A really cool mount, and if you spend 5,000 crowns on the pack, you're probably going to get probably 2 or 3 mounts. And so this is the Shadow Steed. Yes. Very cool. Especially, it actually worked really well for me because that's the look that I was going for on my wizard. Then there's the Batwings. So yeah, Batwings kind of got some kind of magic floating around them. Torn up, brown. I wouldn't ever want to wear these, but nevertheless, if you collect mounts or anything like that, that could be cool. And then the last one I got was the Enchanted Broom, which isn't special whatsoever, but it's an enchanted broom. So let's go look at some things inside. Now that that's done, so we'll start with hats. So for hats, I didn't get anything. Oops. So let's see for robes. Or wait, did I get anything for hats? No. For robes, I got the Dragon Tooth armor, which is actually like really OP for Storm Wizards. I don't know. This stuff seems pretty OP. I don't know what it's really missing. I guess it doesn't have any block, per se. The critical is outrageous. 110. It's probably one of the. I think there's like a Storm robe with like 120, but that thing's like literally like all crit, and I think it's pretty hard to get. I think it's like a Hades drop or something. I think it's a Tartarus drop at least. But it has the resistance, has the damage. Of course, I think Storm Wizards usually get like 22 damage, but still for the crit, this thing's crazy. Let's see, any other? No, not really any other robes. Now for shoes, there's some really cool stuff. For one, I got the Dark Wraiths, Atonement Boots, and that does 10 damage, 3 defense, and 4 incoming health. So it gives 2 cards. Actually, if you're going for a 1 in a million hit, this might not be a bad choice because it has a Hex and a Curse. But otherwise, it's not really that useful. And now this is another one of those OP crit gear pieces. So Dragon Eye Striders. So it has 6% damage, 3% defense. But here's where it comes in. Yep. 110 death damage. Crazy. Yes, very good for Death Wizards. Unless, of course, you're missing that block that shoes usually have. But regardless, still very good. And then there's also this one. I also got this one. Now this one's actually a pretty legitimate competitor to my other boots. I'm actually gonna move it into here. Wait, where did I move it? I think I moved that in my shirt bag. Moved it back. I've been kind of deciding what this is for pet training, but these 3 are kind of main contenders for what I want my gear to be, and I think I'm gonna use all 3 of them because this right here gives that defense, this gives defense, this doesn't give defense, this doesn't give healing, gives healing, gives a little bit of attack, doesn't give any attack. So they're really all different, but these are both very, people say Jade armor is OP. So if this is contending with that, 11% block, or yeah, same block, except it has damage, which is something Jade doesn't have. Of course, this card, which you're losing me there. I'm sorry, KingsIsle, but yeah, and then of course I actually only got one thing for a wand, and that is a very good piece, a very good wand, that is actually going head in head with my current wand, Silver Order of the Spiral. A lot of my stuff you'll see is from the Keeper's Lore. That's my favorite pack. But so what's so special about this? This has 20% outgoing in 90 block, but this one has 45 block. However, if we look at it, this one also has 50 crit. So I don't know, different stuff, but this pack is surprising in that it has gear that competes with my gear, which is odd because I normally don't get gear like that out of packs. Although I think this was also a pack item. I didn't get anything in these three, if I remember correctly. Now let's look. For my first pet I got was a Dark Imp, which I can't tell the difference from a regular imp, but there's probably something small, maybe those dots or something, I don't know. But it does give a card of Sacrifice at Adult. The stats aren't too great, and then there's a couple of interesting pets that I got. For one, the Penumbra Drake, which I'm gonna read off its stats to you really quick. So let me look. So it actually has some really good stats, surprisingly. So this is something you might want to train, and it's even if you don't have a good, like, legitimate pet. So far, this is a good pet to get, because it of course has the talents like any other pet, but it has Dragon Blade, which, in case you didn't know, may cast Dragon Blade. I don't think it casts a ton, but that's still pretty cool. There's a talent Curse Giver, which gives a curse card, which I might find useful because it'll help me kill bosses, but I don't know. Then there's Spellproof, which of course good, like 9 to 12 resist, 1 to 14. So yeah, that's that. Ace Avenger, which is may cast Vengeance, so that's pretty good right there. And then of course you got Critical Striker, which gives you how much crit? See, 1 to 30 crit, max unknown. So there might be higher out there than 30, but 1 to 30 crit. When you probably get it maxed out, your like strength and whatever maxed out, it'll probably be up in the 20s. So that's pretty cool. If you really need crit. If you're crazy about that, if you're one of those people with 500 crit. Then there's Death Dealer, if you are a Death Wizard. So if you're a Death Wizard, this is, has really good stats. This could actually be something that you train to Epic just because of the great stats on it. Anyway, so let's look at something else now. Let's look at something else. I think there was one other pet that I got. Oh yeah, this is, I think, a Ghost Hound. Let me think. I had the wiki page up a minute ago. Yes, Ghost Hound. I was correct. And really, the talents aren't really that special. Gives a card of infection, but it's something to look into. It's something to think about. Anyway, so that's pretty much it for pets. I don't know if there's other pets. Pretty much all I got. I'm not into housing, but one thing I noticed, a lot of people are into these statues, and there's the Pillared Skeleton, which is one really cool thing that it drops. And then, as well as, heard a lot of people say this is cool. Let's see. Well, there is a Firecat statue, which is kind of cool. So yeah. And for snacks, I haven't really gotten much that's like a mega snack. However, what I have gotten is go back to page 1, is crab apples, and yeah, that's a plus 25 to your pet. And then also Atomic Fireball, I've gotten 3 of those, so that's like 30 right there. They're both pretty good snacks. So yeah, crab apples is mega, in case you didn't know. And then let's go look at, I don't know, I just love that pet. Regents, I actually got a piece of amber, which is something a lot of people are like, oh, amber, because I think you craft, I'm not really into crafting, but I've heard you use it to craft a ton of things. So I don't know if there's anything in here that's rare in crafting. You can just look at, I don't think I got any of the whiskers from there. I think those are rare. So yeah, these are all the rare things. Maybe a braided, I think I got a braided vine out of there, not sure. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks guys for watching, and yeah, thanks.